Hello and welcome to Love and Film. My name is Jamie and thank you for tuning into the show this week. I think I said it in the last podcast, but there's a million different podcasts out there. There's definitely loads about movies and stuff like that. But you chose our podcast. I appreciate that. Thank you. There's a hell of a lot of choice. Now, today's guest is a director, as per usual. His name is Jérémie Périn. He is a French director, and his movie, actually, believe it or not, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's called Mars Express, and it's opening up in the UK and Ireland soon for a whole second wind release. If you're an American viewer, you've probably seen this last year. It's a really, really cool movie. It's about a sort of robot tread on Mars, and it's kind of like, imagine where AI could go, that sort of a thing, and it's an interesting take. So without further ado, let's get into the interview. Jérémie, nice to meet you. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just surprised by the voice saying this meeting will be recorded. It was really loud. Suddenly.
No, I get that too, man. My earpods are quite loud. Every time it says anything, I'm like, oh, what's that? You know? Oh, well, dude, thank you so much for coming on to Love and Film. You're a film director, Jérémie Périn. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for coming on to the show, as I said. I want to start the interview just by talking a little bit about you. I know you're here to talk about your movie, Mars Express, which is very cool, by the way.
Thank
but
you.
where did, or even how did, your filmmaking journey begin?
Oh, with that movie, it's like 6 years ago. Maybe it's even more. Now time is flying, so I don't count every years. But anyway, it's because it took me 5 years and a half to do that movie, but I don't remember since when I finished it. So now I had to do the math, and it's anyway. But yeah, I had the opportunity to make a movie right after a TV show I directed, at least for its first season. That show is called Last Man. And yeah, so the producer of that TV show asked me if I wanted to do a movie afterward. I was like, oh yeah, because I always wanted to be a director. I mean, to make movies, making TV shows is really great. Is a great opportunity as well. But the format of it's something I'm more into because it's more dense. You have a simple story, and you don't have to make a lot of episodes and to do a really big story to feed all those episodes. Anyway, but the yeah, in the first place, that producer called Didier Crest, he asked me to do a feature version of Last Man, and I was, oh no, I want to do something out of any IP, out of any franchise, because Last Man was related to comic books, French comic books. And so yeah, we had the opportunity to do a sci-fi movie based on nothing, at least. I mean, nothing as a franchise, or it's not based on a book or nor comic books or video games. It's based on our love of sci-fi, a certain kind of sci-fi. And yeah, because with my co-writer Laurent Sarfati, we tried even before to do sci-fi project, sci-fi animated feature in a different way. We had an old project called Episode 5, and it was a feature film, but yeah, it could be misunderstood with a TV show because of the title, but it was more campy. It was a sci-fi more. It was more pulp, more pop, and more less serious, less scientist, or less art science, as we can say in science fiction field. But yeah. This is the end of my story. I'm stopping here, but I let you.
No, I mean, that's super interesting, Jérémie. I mean, I love sci-fi as well, a wide variety of sci-fi movies, whether it would be like, say, Alien in the 70s and stuff like that. I mean, your movie though, Mars Express, which of course people that don't know is an animated movie. How would you describe the type of sci-fi that is the sci-fi in your film?
Well, in the beginning, because like I almost started to say, sci-fi is a genre that has a huge spectrum of possibility, and when we start, I love all the range sci-fi can go goes to, but um, when we started to write that story, when we started to think about what we could do with my co-writer, we were like, we miss something nowadays in sci-fi, and it's this more hard science part of science fiction. I mean, there's always sci-fi in cinema, in movies, uh, but the type of science fiction we could go to see in theater with new movies were more about fantasy sci-fi, kind of fairy tales sci-fi, or like basically the Star Wars kind of movies, Dune, or even the Marvel movies are kind of
Yeah.
in the field of science fiction, but it's more an aesthetic idea of science fiction. All those movies are sci-fi, but in a more magical way. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah. Yours is
and we
more
want.
grounded, would you say? Is
Yeah,
yours more
exactly,
realistic?
exactly. We wanted to try to do something more pragmatical, more tangible. If tangible is an English word, I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's a
I
good
just
word. Yeah.
pronounce a French word with an English accent, and it works. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, so it's the type of sci-fi. So for that, we wanted to talk with scientists, with engineers, with programmers, and people, real people working on the technologies of tomorrow, and also people in the knowledge of our uh, galaxy, or solar system, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's such a cool animation style as well. I mean, I assume when directing an animated movie, the director gets a say in what type of animation it's going to look like and stuff like that. Because as you know, I mean, animation, you could go anywhere with that. Did you have any specific thoughts on how you wanted the animation to look when talking to the animators?
Uh, yeah, and it was not so difficult to explain them, thanks to my past and the animation I did already before. But we wanted to push forward our skills, and because previously I mostly directed, no, not mostly, only directed really low budget animated series or shorts, and so I'm used to have not so much money to work, but this time, because it's a feature, and it was we had a bigger budget than usual. We wanted to try all our techniques, but with more movement anyway, but still keeping in mind the efficiency we learned managing the lack of budget, and uh, you know constraints can give you new ideas. You see, you work in a field, and you're like, oh damn, we can't do that because it's too expensive, but hey, maybe we could do this uh, in another way, and it makes your aesthetic become specific, while you didn't thought about it in the beginning. But and anyway, we wanted to keep those skills we gained with the previous works, but also pushing it forward, and make it a little bit more luxurious in a way. It's really relative, but relative to previous works. But and also, um, I wanted something kind of sober in a way as well, because the realistic kind of drawings we have in this feature makes it, I don't want I didn't want you know uh, too much, how to say that, too much movement in any
Yeah,
direction, like in a Disney or in a Pixar movie. It would it would it would look weird, when you have a realistic proportioned humans figure doing all those movements that you have in an American feature. It would be like you have all your characters are like Jim Carrey, so
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I get you. I get you. And I mean, from what I've seen of Mars Express, the animation looked really, really cool. I love animation myself. And for people who don't know how that process works as a director, what's it like when you write, say, a script for an animated movie and then you want to get it across to animation? Does it take a very, very long time? Walk me through that. What's that process like?
You mean if it's like different writing for animation or writing for a live action
Yeah, yeah,
feature?
yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. You could look at it that way.
Yeah, in my opinion, there's not so much difference. It shouldn't be, at least, but sure, there's differences, but it's more related to the technique you're using afterward. I mean, some stuff in animation can cost a lot of money, like if you have a sequence with too much character in the same shots and stuff like that, of course animators will spend a lot of time to draw everybody and to animate everybody, while in a live action, if you have like 4, 5, or 10 people in a shot, it's not that much expensive. But the difference could be like in animation, it's a bit exaggerated, but in animation, drawing a kitchen or drawing, a casual kitchen or a kitchen in the future in a spaceship, it's the same cost, So it's
Yeah.
just drawing. Now, depending on the details, of course, and depending on the style, etc. But it's so there's a balance to find out there. But it's true that making the exact same movie as Mars Express in live action would have cost way more in live action. It's there's a lot of robots, there's a lot of creatures, backgrounds, and sets. It would have been full of VFX, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine a movie like that too would probably be like crazy type of, as you mentioned earlier, like Marvel type of budget just to
Mhm, mhm.
make that look real and stuff like that. I mean, another thing that's different with animation is that your actors, they're in a booth. They're, of course, similar mic
Yeah.
to me or something like that, recording. What's your process like when directing actors? Do you find that easy? Do you find that difficult?
No, no. I think it's very exciting. It's really the moment where you finally hear those dialogues you worked on with your co-writer, or if you wrote your script alone. Anyway, but in my position, I always write with my co-writer Laurent. And no, no, we spend time in my play sorry, in my place, or at this place, and like playing the characters, saying the lines out loud, and make us laugh by having some ideas of dialogues. But we are not comedian, we are not actors, so we think, yeah, it should be okay. But when it's the real deal with the real comedians, with the real actors and actresses, it sounds so real suddenly. And sometimes we realize, oh no, this sentence is not that good. The flow is not great. So, and we when we realized that, we changed the dialogues right away during the recording. But yeah, it's always the moment when I feel, oh, it sounds like a real movie now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because before it's like playing with toys in a room, like we were kids, and at that point it's like, oh, what
Yeah,
am I
it's
doing?
suddenly it's real now. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
If you are enjoying this show, why not leave a review on Apple Podcasts? Believe it or not, really helps out the show. If you want to help out the show further, we also have a Patreon, and if you subscribe to our Patreon, a little goes a long way. We have exclusive content there that can help you in becoming a filmmaker. I mean, the movie as well, it got such a good response. I mean, in terms of reviews, you had like, I saw online 100% Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think I've ever seen that, man. I mean, that's a really high, I know
Yeah,
Rotten
yeah.
Tomatoes can be controversial and stuff, but that's very, very high. I mean,
But
does it feel good to get a good response from
but
something
maybe
you,
maybe it's because not so much people saw it already,
nah.
and it's just my mom and my dad who voted on Rotten Tomato. I don't know. No. It's no. It's a great honor. Of course, it's a great pleasure. Yeah, people tends to like the movie indeed.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, you guys, you released this in the USA, did you? And now you're releasing it in the UK. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it will do very, very well. I mean, animation. I mean, even for my demographic, I'm 25,
Hmm.
and people watch animation just as much as live action because
Yeah.
sometimes there's so much live action projects coming out, they can become kind of boring, But animation is
Mm.
great, so I can't wait for you guys to actually release it here and in UK and Ireland and stuff and see where it's going. Now, the next question I have about the film would be music. What role does
Mhm.
music play in the film?
Oh, the music in that movie. I heard some people commenting on this, like saying there's no music all the time in the movie, and
Yeah,
it was for them like a surprise. And but to me, I try to use music to contrast a certain kind of mood and to be explosive as soon as something happened, like important things happened. um, I don't it's I guess the Hollywood movies um make us think like if you don't have music all the time, it's weird.
yeah, yeah,
But it wasn't always like that in the history of cinema, and there's still, by the way, directors that are using music at the right moment, and using silence at some other moments. And yeah, I try to do that. Also, I try to with the composers Fred Avril and Philippe Monteil to conceptualize something like I wanted the music uh, to feel like, is it analogic or is it digital? The all the instruments, I wanted them to mix all those to make it like you can't distinguish the kind of instrument that are used, and it is because it's related to some themes in the movie, classic themes in sci-fi, by the way, the border, the line between natural and artificial, and so even in the music, it was supposed to be felt.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Mm.
interesting because sometimes movies can have too much music. So I really understand what you're saying. It's about taking music and using it correctly.
Mhm.
Now, going back onto the subject of the movie, I mean, there's a lot about, robots and a robot threat and stuff like that.
Mhm.
When writing the movie with Lauren and you were coming up with the ideas, was there any inspiration from like artificial intelligence and AI being like a real threat in real life? Was that anything to do with it?
Yeah, no. I mean, the themes. and especially the one with the robots, which is very prominent in the movie. It came organically while we were writing the story, when we were thinking about the lore of that movie, and how first people on Mars would build the city, and we realized, thanks to the discussion we had with some Mars specialists, that yeah, they will need to use robots to build all the cities. So we were like, what can we do with all those robots afterward? So we knew we had to manage with robots in the population of Mars. Anyway, but robots and AI are topics, classic topics in sci-fi. So we didn't invent anything here. But the fun part is that we were close to finish the production, and suddenly it was the big boom of the AI topics in the real world. Like
Yeah.
we saw the first generative AI coming out, ChatGPT, and at the time it was DALI and Midjourney. And yeah, we were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, the people in the production were immediately afraid about this happening. And yeah, we also afterward we had some question from Q&As, like, did you use AI for your movie? But it, this AI happened, were revealed, more likely, like 3 months at the ago. I mean, uh, 3 months before the end of the production. So it wasn't possible to use them and to
Yeah.
integrate that to the movie. Yeah, but the good part of this is that it French critics and magazines and stuff like that, they have something to talk about Mars Express. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it
It
was
turns out as
yeah, it
a
was the
good thing
news.
for the
So
movie.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, robots, Mars, bad robots on Mars. That's a brilliant idea. That's very good,
Mm,
man. And I mean, when making all these sequences, was there any scene or sequence when writing this and going into animate that was very difficult or a challenge to translate from your script to the
yeah,
animation?
I guess it was. Usually the most difficult part are the action scenes,
Yeah,
and yeah, it was still the case here. And I guess the highway scene, when the car there's a car crash, and
hmm,
everybody inside it is stuck in it, in a like security foam or something like that. And yeah, it was difficult because I I tried in the whole movie to never do any slow motion, and to be all the time in real time during the action. And because everything happened in the same time, it was difficult um, to do some hierarchy of actions, like which action I should show before, then after, and in which order to for the audience to never be lost in space and time. And so yeah, it was more likely that sequence. But in a way, many sequences were difficult because of for different reasons. Sometimes it was just in because of the design, because of technological ideas we had to make clear for the audience, but without using any dialogue or any words. So we had to find out some design that can be understood easily.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense, man. And I mean, animation as well. There's so much in animation, it's constantly changing. I know we mentioned like the rise of AI in real life and stuff like that. Where do you personally see animation going in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you think it's gonna evolve to be something crazy or
It's that's a difficult question.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. Of course.
Interesting, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Indeed, indeed. I have no idea to be honest. There's uh, we're into a crisis right away. It's
Mhm.
not as horrible as it was like 1 or 2 years ago. I didn't really feel that crisis because I finished Mars Express and then I was in a promotional trip all the time, and now I'm writing again a new script for a new project.
Oh, cool.
But I'm a bit a part of the industry for the moment. But I still have a lot of friends there, and they were talking to me about the difficulty these days to it's more difficult to find jobs, and indeed with the AI in animation and in movies, they are a bit afraid about that. And yeah, indeed, this could be a big change in the way of making movies and TV shows and animation in general. So I don't know. It could be or something crazy like we are using this in a ethical way, and we find out a way to use that to bring really new kind of motion, new kind of unseen pictures, which is something I wish for. Or we are all replaced by prompt, and it will only be like shitty movies like Zelda in the style of Miyazaki, and that's all.
That's interesting, man. I like that, Jeremy. And it's a cool answer. It's cool where it could go, you know. I mean, animation as a whole, I mean, it's brilliant. I love animation. I mean, it gives you so much more room to actually tell stories because you don't need as much money as you do with live action. And I have a lot of friends, you know, who want to get into animation. There's a lot of young filmmakers. As somebody who's made a movie and a really good movie, I will say, To Mars Express, do you have any advice for people who want to be specifically directors for animation?
Mm. Well, I just want to say something before. It's at some point, indeed, especially when you're doing like entertainment movies, like you can be, you can have some sort of an indie budget in animation and making something like that looks bigger than it would be in live action, but
Hmm.
animation is expensive anyway in any kind
Yeah.
of story you're telling. So it's difficult to exactly compare live action budget, and because it's still 8.5 million euros for Mars
Wow.
Express, so it's small compared to the latest Ghibli movie, like The Boy and the Heron, or even because it's like $30 million, and it's even less expensive. It's even cheaper than animated American feature. It's more like $80 million, and so it's a small budget, but it's still a big budget for French cinema,
Hmm.
because live action movies, especially a first movie, because it was my first feature, is more around 1 million or 4 million euros, so it's difficult to compare. Anyway, that said, um, what can I say to people who want to be director in animation? I would say first, it's better to be a drawer and to know how to draw. It's not it's not necessary, but it's better because all the people around you will ask you to explain them how the people should stand, the people, the characters, or the background should be, and sometimes it's easier and quicker to draw something anyway. Um Yeah, I think it's better to be a bit technical to know at least the big line of the production and how it works, and instead of being how can I say that, being a director in the world of ideas only, and you can do it yourself. You can retake stuff, and yeah, I'm more like that anyway. And also all the people, the artists in a production, they prefer that kind of director, that they know what they want and how to do it. And afterward, I would say, like, don't wait for any producer to randomly pick you up and give you money to do a feature. It doesn't exist. You have to show your capacities and make short films already. Like, it can be music videos, it can be short films only seen in festival, whatever. As soon as you have something to show your capacities, your skills, your talent, and if you are working on stuff like that, never hesitate to show what you're doing to people around you. And I say that because I was pretty shy years ago, and I was afraid to show what I was doing. I was afraid that people wouldn't like it and ultimately would hate me for that. No,
Oh,
I know it's stupid, but it's it's
I get that though. I get that.
you can be insecure when you're
Yeah.
creating something. So this is what I want to say. It's forget that, try at least, and never hesitate to show to your relatives and people around you. uh, yeah. And afterward, there's also a big part of luck and a part of randomness in there. And yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean that's great advice. I think for anyone started, I mean, they're important things, like tell that inner voice to shut up because a lot of the time it's wrong, and just do your best, and that's all you can do. And Jeremy, we're at the half hour mark now, so of course want to be respectful of your time. Thanks so much for coming on to the show, man. I mean, I appreciated you talking about your movie, Mars Express, which looks fantastic, man. Congratulations on the film. And just keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait to see like the next film after that and so on.
Yeah, it will be like, if we are lucky, it will be in 5 years, so don't be too much in a hurry.
I'll put an alarm on or a
But thank
timer
you.
or something.
Yeah,
But anyway, man, it was great to meet you too. And thanks for coming on today.
thank you so much.
Appreciate it. See you now. By the time you watch this interview, Mars Express is already out. And Mars Express, if you want to see a cool animated movie, if you like things like, Batman animated things or that type of style animation, I'd recommend Mars Express because it's just something different, and Jeremy put his heart and soul into it, and it looks good. It really, really does. In terms of other things going on, Dexter Resurrection is coming out very, very soon, and I cannot wait for that show. Now, there's a few people in the studio here today. I'm looking at my mother. Just joking. She's not here. But there's a few people here today who aren't caught up with Dexter. So I don't want to spoil it too much. But if you're caught up with Dexter, whoa, this looks good. I mean, Patty Gibson in the first season of Original Sin was actually really, really good. I mean, when I first found out that there was going to be a Dexter prequel, I thought it was like lazy. I was like, I don't want to watch that, man. But then I watched it, and it was brilliant. I mean, Patty Gibson, Molly Brown, who else is in it? Christian Slater. They were all brilliant. And I mean, the actual show itself, it was like watching old Dexter again. I loved it. I mean, that dude as well, they have playing as young Batista and the young Masuka as well. Exactly like him. Now, in terms of Dexter Resurrection, we have people like, Chris Ritter, we have Peter Dinklage. There's loads of actors. The dude from Modern Family, his name is lost in my mind, Cam from Modern Family, he plays a serial killer in it. So, I mean, it looks good, man. I can't wait for Dexter Resurrection. And, I mean, if you saw the end of New Blood as well, there's a lot of unanswered questions there. So, I can't wait to see that. What else is coming out? How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action movie. We've been invited, thankfully, to go to the premiere here in Ireland of How to Train Your Dragon, and I can't wait, man. I mean, How to Train Your Dragon. the animated movies. If you're ever depressed, stick on that film. It will make you smile. I mean, that whole, just the dragon, you know, flying, dealing with things, making a new friend who's a dragon. I'm explaining it badly. That's a great film. So I can't wait to see what they do with the live action. Because unlike other live action remakes, this is made by the same dude. And they even have John Powell coming back for the music. So he can't really be that bad. If anything, it's going to be good. Isn't Gerard Butler playing Stoic too? Isn't he the original Stoic? I think so. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, one person I think they should have in it is the dude from Universal, Epic Universe, who goes, toothless, He's brilliant. He should be in the movie, you know? That's no disrespect to the other Hiccup. But yeah, I mean, they should get the Hiccup from Epic Universe. That'd be very, very good. Now, in terms of other news, I don't think there's anything else we want to chat about here today. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Love It Film. I mean, can't wait to see you again next week. Chris is not here at the moment, but he'll be back in the next interview in our usual outro setting to talk about things like it was here and movies and TV shows coming out. So I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.